iTunes U in the classroom. iTunes U offers an excellent platform for teaching with the iPad in the classroom. What you see here is a virtual bookcase. On this bookcase you have different courses, like ones toward the bottom would be courses in the catalog where you can join these courses. These are public courses. And then what you see here would be examples of courses, for instance at Mainsville High, where we have the English teachers focused in on using iTunes U in the classroom for English 1 and English 2 sections right now. This is an example of how you could set up an iTunes U course. And so different teachers have approached this in different ways, and so I'm going to show you a few of the different ways. This is a comprehensive course, and so for this class you have the overview, you have instructor information, a detailed outline that takes you through the entire year, a course syllabus. This would be something that you would hand teachers or students at the beginning of the year, so it would be a great place to house information, policy, and procedure right here. Individual classroom policies. I've also included an app page where you also will see that later in the materials tab, but here if you're looking for a specific app to do different things, this would be a great place just as a reference guide. And then there's also a credits page. The kids will mostly use the post tab, so I will go to that in just a moment, but I also wanted to make note of the notes. With notes, you have course notes, you have audio or video notes where it opens videos you have within iTunes U in a smaller video where you can take those notes, and then also book notes if you were to link to iBooks. You have the materials tab where it's going to house your audio, video, documents, apps, images, web links, so that if you cannot find your information within posts, you could always go to this tab later and reference the material you need, such as like I know I need a document, I can just look at the documents and perhaps easily be able to find that. Or I know she gave us a web link, well there's only one web link on here right now, so I know that must be it. The post would be where students spend the most time. Different teachers approach this in various ways, and so with this teacher you have where it is sectioned by 6 weeks. So we are within the 6 weeks, so you can do this by calendar where you're seeing dates bolded. They also have a dot underneath them if there's something associated with those dates, or you can look at the details, and when you do that it puts it in calendar order here for you. So you have a week at a glance so that you can see what they're doing day by day. And then underneath that, you would then find the posts that deal with that week. Take note of certain things such as due dates. I like it that you have due dates attached to the different posts that you have. This helps keep students accountable. They know what they're doing on different days. You can also check mark these things. So you notice like due January 24th, that's in red saying this is past due. It's not been checked off. So it's a good guide for students to go back and say, oh yes, I did take care of that, and they can check that off. And now it goes to gray instead. And so you see within here, depending on the different posts, like with logos, pathos, and ethos, when I open that up, you are seeing each of these things has something attached to it. It's like the introduction. They would be able to download. This would be a PDF of a PowerPoint where we were teaching rhetorical devices. You would have like answer and discuss. This takes them to an app that allows them to annotate a PDF file. You have different documents that might just be PDFs where they are reviewing that. We are using this app more than once, and so it's referenced more than once within this post, whereas sometimes you also have like different videos or audio files that you want them to check out. And so you see all these different things within these posts. Let me show you another class and how they've kind of organized it differently. This English 2 course, you have within their posts where they have started this just over the last few weeks. And so if teachers aren't confident enough or they don't feel ready to organize an entire course, you could also just take it 6 weeks at a time or a unit at a time. And so with this, you have the 6 weeks, and they've broken it down by week. And so you see where you have individual day-by-day postings with the information that they need. For our teachers, especially the English teachers, we have worked on building with some action verbs, and so we're starting to see that here where you're going to write. They know specifically write short answer response or write short answer from the two selections. They have different ones where it's giving them a reference to the storyteller, and they can open that document up and reference that. This course for English 2 is also similar in the way that it's created, in that you have the week by week. You have where it's broken down. Within this day, we are looking at these different things, whether it's a document, you have web links where they can go to that, audio files where they can listen, sometimes also webcasts, and then where it gives them a reference or a picture of what a rubric looks like in this instance. And then the last thing we want to showcase would be perhaps a good option for other teachers, and that would be within this EOC prep course. So for some of our English 1 teachers, they did not feel confident enough to start managing their own course, but they wanted to get their feet wet, so to speak, within the iTunes U. And so you have one teacher organizing this course, but then all of the teachers are collaborating to put information into the course. And so it might be that you have a teacher that did really well teaching her students parallelism. Instead of sharing their documents through email or putting them into a shared folder, you have where they can post them on here. And now any English 1 teacher, any English 1 student has access to those resources. And so you can use their notes, you can use the video they created, you can use the links that they found, but it's all housed within here. Perhaps with like transitions, one teacher had one really good piece to introduce it, another had a really good activity. And so that's where you're seeing just really this great place for teachers to put together their resources and still meet the needs of the students. And so for something like this where it's EOC prep, that works really well. So I hope this has given you a few good examples of how iTunes U could work in the classroom no matter what your comfort level is.